Hello guys, welcome back to your YouTube channel. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. So guys, in today's video, we are going to have another session. All right, so let's just wait and I'll find a really good chart here for us. After that, we'll place a trade here. All right, okay, so right here, I will place a very clear downward trade position. So I have currently placed a trade here for a downward movement right now. Now let's carefully analyze this. It's possible that our trade might unfortunately result in a loss because we placed the trade very quickly here. But no worries, let's do a bit of analysis here. According to my candlestick psychology, a red candle could form. But I will always say this, trading is always risky. Anything can happen in trading at any time. Alright, so you should truly know precisely why you are placing a trade at that particular spot when you do so. Alright, so you can clearly see here, if you look at the previous side, the levels that were present, the market has recently broken through them here. So it could be a distinct chance that the market might go down to touch this level. And you can see here that the trend is continuously moving downward. So there could be a real chance that the market might form a red candle here. All right, so that's why I took a trade in the down market direction. Suddenly, the candlestick psychology was also showing something here. That's why I placed a trade here right away.
Our students are making constant money through our Telegram channel for free. If you haven't joined our Telegram channel yet, now is the perfect time. You can quickly join our Telegram using the link provided in the description below. Link in the description here.
All right, okay, so you can see here, this red candle, the market can still go further down to touch this level. So if the market comes up a little, then we can take another trade in the downward direction. So guys, I have placed another trade here for the downward direction because I can see the market can go in the downward direction. So I will place another trade here. All right, so guys, I have placed two trades here. One is this trade of ours and the other one, all right, so it can be a red candle. That's it. I placed the trade here because the market sentiment at this level had shown a breakout. So the market moved downward to touch this level. All right, when the breakout happened, it went down to touch that level. So right now, the same scenario is happening here as well. So there is a distinct possibility that the market will indeed stay significantly below our anticipated level. And at the very least, our upper trade should prove to be quite profitable. So let's carefully observe, right? By the way, the market was actually supposed to go down. No worries at all. Wait, okay. So our lower trade has unfortunately ended in a considerable loss. The upper trade was profitable for us. We can consider a refund here. All right, we won't actually trade here right now. Let's look at another chart because if we keep placing trades at the same spot, it's not good for us. All right, so then I will now indeed go for the downward direction. If the market moves up a little, that's perfectly fine. I have taken it into consideration. So ladies and gentlemen, I've placed a downward trade here. All right, so guys, I'll say it again. Trading is inherently very risky. You absolutely should not trade in the exact same way that I am trading here. Proper analysis. I'm explaining to you the precise way I personally see the various scenarios here in candlestick patterns, which as a complete beginner, you might not yet be able to readily spot. All right, but once you truly start trading on a very regular basis, when you're actively involved in the real market, and gradually, as you truly start to deeply understand, you'll definitely know exactly what I'm talking about. As you slowly begin to fully grasp the overall market sentiment, you'll certainly be able to make a good profit here. All right, so guys, our trade here turned out to be profitable, but it was mainly because the market was slightly on the upside. Otherwise, there could have been a loss here as well. All right, so now I've placed a clear-cut trade here because I can see that the market can create a red candle. And even if it doesn't actually form a red candle, it will at least close below our significant level. That's precisely why I've placed the trade here. And guys, if you understand the game of levels, all right, the game of levels, if you understand this game, you can be profitable here, but it's not like you'll become a millionaire here overnight in just one day. All right, that's not how it works. In trading, there is something called risk management. All right, you need to have a plan, and then according to that plan, you place your trades here. Only then can you be profitable here. Otherwise, you can also incur significant losses here. All right, so you really need to keep in mind that wherever you are carefully placing a trade, you should be fully aware that the specific trade you have placed here can potentially result in a loss as well as a profit. All right, no matter how high a price you may have previously seen in it. All right, no matter how much extensive analysis you have done, when you trade in just 1 minute, there can always be a chance that your trade ultimately ends up in a loss. So you always need to consistently keep this in mind. All right, so there are always 2 or 3 things that I always tell you. I also mentioned this on the Telegram channel that if you haven't joined our Telegram yet, you can join it as well. There, I keep providing you with some informative things and useful information. So there are some things like one is our trend, right? Then there's a stable market where there's a resistance, levels, where the level is providing support. And after that, a trend emerges. All right, like you can see here, these red candles are forming quite nicely. So if our significant support level breaks here, then it can indeed be a very strong chance that the next candle also forms in a clear downward direction. So in that particular way, we can confidently place a profitable trade here. All right. Okay, so now I will proceed to carefully check some more charts and analyze them further. All right, now let's look at some more charts from here. Let's check TND. Okay, all right, so the trend is in our direction, and if the market breaks some of our levels, then it can be a chance for us to get an opportunity here, and we might be able to place a trade. All right, so this is our level, okay? If the market breaks this level, then there is a chance that the market can go even higher. All right, so let's wait. But if it closes at this level, then there is a chance that downward volume could come in. All right. The market is just a little this level here, right around this level. I'm thinking that if the market comes here, we can consider an upward movement. All right, we can set up a trade deal. Okay, if it doesn't come, I won't take the trade. There's nothing wrong with that. And if it comes around this level, we can also go for a downward move. A little bit more. All right, so at a really good entry point, I carefully took a significant position around this particular level for a potential downward move. Although here we actually wanted to take the trade for an upward move. But overall, let's see, even if the trade ends up in a loss, it's okay. We'll be able to recover our loss as well. All right, let's carefully see. If the market suddenly pumps, then there's a distinct chance that our current trade here could ultimately end up in a financial loss. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So guys, our current trade here has unfortunately ended in a significant loss. Therefore, if the market now moves up even a little, I strongly believe that we should actively look for a clear upward movement here because the prevailing and dominant trend in the market at this very moment is clearly and unequivocally upward. So I was thinking that when the market comes around this level, I can take a trade for the upward move. Looking at the level, see, I won't take a trade here. I don't think taking a trade here is right. All right, so for the very next candle or even for this current candle, we can definitely go for the down direction if the market goes up just a little bit more. All right, guys, so here I've placed a double trade in the downward direction, which could be our sure shot. But there's no such thing as a sure shot here. Trades can potentially result in significant losses as well as substantial profits. All right, okay, so we have got a pretty good trade here. I placed it at this particular level because I know the market could be closing very soon. The market could go down from here. I just placed it here. All right, so when we trade in binary options, we always trade based on the closing price. We trade on a single candle, predicting what kind of candle it might form. It could be red, it could be green. So here it could go for another red candle. If the market goes up just a little bit more, that's perfectly fine. So I've strategically placed a down wallet here, just a small amount. If the market continues to go up even further, I can confidently place another trade right here. All right, guys, so our trade at the top can definitely be profitable. There's also the trade at the bottom. If that one also turns out to be profitable, that would be great. So let's see, guys. Let's see what happens here. Because there's a certain level here, and if the market actually closes below that particular level, then there's a good chance that our trade could become quite profitable here. All right, guys, look, it has now truly become very profitable. Okay, you can clearly see this particular candle that formed is indeed on the significant upside. But if you look at the closing isn't here. The closing is here because the market started from here, so the closing is here. That's why our trade became profitable here, all right, which is binary. What happens in OTC is that sometimes it shows errors here, all right? Now look, the closing happened here, but the opening also happened at the same place. So if we look at it according to our opening, our trade became profitable. Our trade became profitable. I placed 2 trades on the upside, because one of our trades was placed on the downside, and considering money management, I placed one trade on the upside. All right, okay, so this particular video has gotten quite long. I will take just one or two more trades. After that, we will officially close our session. All right. So what potential scenarios can realistically happen here? It could be a distinct chance that the market goes even further down. All right, guys, so I have placed 4 trades here for the downward direction. I don't know, but I felt really confident about this trade. That's why I placed more trades here. But I'll say it again because I can absolutely afford it. That's precisely why I took a bit more of a calculated risk here, because I can comfortably afford it. If I were to lose this particular amount, I am confident I can fully recover it, all right? And I will indeed recover it because there are many things I profoundly understand about how the financial market truly operates and functions. That's why I take trades with full confidence, all right? But those individuals who trade out of fear for some particular reason, firstly, their overall knowledge is very limited indeed. Secondly, they also have a small amount of capital, so their level of fear is very, very high. Because firstly, they really lack proper knowledge. You see, until we acquire genuine knowledge, we do not gain confidence. Secondly, when we have less money, our confidence automatically goes down. So there are certain things, that's why traders end up losing their amount here.
Our students are making constant money through our Telegram channel for free. If you haven't joined our Telegram channel yet, now is the perfect time. You can quickly join our Telegram using the link provided in the description below. Link in the description here.
Because firstly, they have less money. Secondly, they have a severe lack of confidence. So guys, I hope you have understood how you're able to make good profits in demo trading. But whenever you trade in the real market, you often end up making losses. I have explained the reason for this in this video. It's about confidence. Or when we trade in demo mode, you gain confidence. When you trade in demo mode, you don't feel fear, you feel confident. That's why in demo trading, you feel like you're making a profit. But when you move to real trading, you are filled with fear. All right, because now you have a lack of funds. That's why you feel fear. And secondly, you lack knowledge. You feel fear. So these are some of the reasons. That's why you get the impression that the real market is different and the demo market is different. But I will definitely say that the real market and the demo market are the same. All right, there's nothing else to it. It's just your emotions. It's only your sentiments that change because of fear and also because of a lack of sufficient funds. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked this video and learned something from it. I hope so, guys. If you liked the video, please like it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Bye.